All right, here we go. Suspend. You know the drill. Off to jail. That's a 1-year ban
War
from the
crime.
committee. Anyone who is a persistent violator will be banned for 3 years. So don't know whether the guy falls in that category. Looks like it. I hope after 3 years he'll find a more productive means of employment. Secretary Rubio, we have 2 hearings a week. You know, you.
But all right, hey, what's up? What's going on, Monty?
All right. So everything in the Epstein files, the entire trove of documents, because you moved on and I never got to say anything. Everything in it containing Elon Musk's name is 1,098 times. Probably about 500 of those are 300 to 500 of them are actual original documents. The rest are copies of documents with redactions here, redactions there, or mentions in other case files. Every single one of them that I read is Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, when are you going to come out to the island? Hey, when are you going to come out to the island? Hey, is there anybody in Solar City that can give me a quote for solar panels on the island or maybe the ranch? Literally over and over again, asking him to meet up with him. The only correspondence that comes from Elon Musk is, sorry, can't do that. Sorry, can't do that. Schedules aren't aligning. The party that we're talking about, when's you gonna be your wildest party? 3 days later, he said, "Yep, sorry, schedule's not going to align with that." It's wild how much of this is just people taking one thing out of context and being like, "See, Elon was asking to go to the island." Yeah, 3 days later, he's like, "Yeah, maybe not. Our schedules aren't going to line up." And that's consistent.
3 days after?
Yeah, that's consistent through the entire email chain, every document. Like while you were going through this, that's why I wasn't up there. I was going through and just finding page, anything from Elon Musk. I even found the email when he said when's going to be the wildest day or night that the party's going to go on. It's literally that email, and it's like September, I think, or December, November. Sorry, I was looking at a lot of different emails of 2013. 3 days later, he's like, "Sorry, I'm going to have to focus on Tesla and the ramp up of the Model S."
Okay, so he pretty much just like said, "I'm too busy."
Yeah, I'm too busy the entire time. And he was considering going to. So you can't tell me that 3 days before he's all pumped up to go to a party, and then 3 days later he's like, "Actually, I can't because Tesla." He knew 3 days before that he couldn't because of Tesla. He's giving him an off ramp because he doesn't want to go there.
I mean, okay, come on now, bro. That's like, come on now. You're telling me that, like, Monty, I can understand you saying that, look, he might not have even known what was going on there, and like most likely not, but saying that he just purposely just told him, "Yeah, I'm all stoked to go," and just like purposely said that just to down him is like,
no, what I'm saying, no, that's not what I'm saying. He probably was perfectly stoked to go to a party because that's what he was doing. But 3 days later, suddenly this thing that he's known about his entire life becomes too busy for him to show up to a party.
So you're saying that he knew he wasn't going to go to that party?
No, he probably intended to go to the party when he sent that email. That's what that looks like. That's absolutely in Elon fashion. But 3 days later, suddenly he's too busy to do it.
Yeah, things happen. I get that.
Things don't. He didn't want to go because probably he talked to somebody and he's like, "Oh yeah, you don't want to go to that party."
I mean,
and
we can't assume. I mean, hey, that's a nice filler. I'll give you that one. Like that could have happened, but we don't know for sure. I'd rather Elon fill in the context for this.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, he has to fill that context in. But literally, it's all the emails come from Jeffrey Epstein and go to Elon Musk. In fact, Elon changes his email because of the amount of emails that are coming through, which you can find in another document.
Yeah.
And that email gets forwarded to Jeffrey Epstein, and he starts going on that email.
Yeah, but that's the main problem here. This is what they're gonna catch people up at. Is that look, you said you never wanted to go. You said you like he asked you, which is true. He did ask you, and you said no, but then you showed interest in wanting to go. Now, 3 days later, you said no, I'm good. But I mean,
Remember,
Elon,
this is in
did
2000.
you
This is
know
in
what was going on
2012.
that island? Like for you to be so stoked, the way the email sounded, like you was ready for some hey man, some unadulterated fun.
Also, a lot of the emails from Jeffrey Epstein to Elon and back and forth are mentioning business deals in which like fucking Epstein is the co-mediator of these deals. It's
True.
like, oh, I can put you in touch with this person. I can put you in touch with this person. And if you actually look at what's known publicly about Elon Musk, that's where a lot of those deals started. So you can kind of paint this picture of he's a broker for deals on Elon Musk's company. He's repeatedly asking him to go to parties. Elon's like, yep, nope, too busy here, too busy there. The only email that I was able to find where Elon showed any interest in going was later on, 3 days later. Yep, nope, don't want to go. And that's that email that they're putting out there.
I mean,
And it's not hard to find it. I just did a date query search, and like I'll copy aspects of one email and search for that date, and then look in and around those dates, like go for example September 9th, and then I'll search September 10th, September 11th, September 12th, so on and so forth. And I literally have not found anything other than that email, which is very peculiar that they're just going with that email when all these things are. I encourage you, go look at all this document, do
no,
what I
here's the
just
thing. I
said.
get what you're saying, but it does look a bit funny. Dad, my man was just a bit eager to go to that island. And like I said, he canceled. But the problem is like he did say, look, I never wanted to go to the island. And I mean, here you are in email showing interest in going into that island. I mean, he could have forgot about it. I'm willing to give grace for that. But we gotta think in the mind of those people who are quick to condemn.
I
And
mean,
when
I mean,
and
if you're
like I
quick to
said, it'd be
condemn.
better for Elon just to provide context around that. Like, look, you're right. I wanted to go there, but I got too busy. Honestly, I didn't know what was going on that island. I'm glad I didn't go. Not
I
just
mean,
hitting us with the well, I was a well, you know me, I was one of the founding people that wanted this to get pushed out. So don't question me.
that's fair. And what was it? Fucking Epstein was charged in 2009, so this happened in 2012, which probably puts a little bit more dirt on Elon because he should have known about Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, who knows what happened in the 3 days where he's completely free and now he's suddenly unable to
E-
go.
Exactly. And here's the thing: like, we don't even know if he even knew what was going on that island, and most likely not.
I mean, it
But
doesn't
we'll
matter. He
see.
said he never wanted to go, and there is one email in 1,098, mind you, pages where he says, "Yeah, what's the best day or night?" And then that's when you start getting this day, December so and so, this day, so and so, we can bring you a heli, all that fun stuff. That's when like all of those emails are happening in that time period. He's not responding to them, and then all of a sudden he says, nope, I can't go.
Hmm. Well, I mean, like I said, we'll see what Elon Musk has to say. Like I said, it does seem like he's just taking the position of really not addressing it, just being like, I never went there, I never stepped foot on there, and it is what it is. And honestly, there is no proof that Elon ever stepped foot on there. There's only proof that he just showed a slight interest, and that's what they're
And
hanging him up on.
but to put him above Prince Andrew in the controversy circle, when there's pictures of Prince Andrew literally kneeling over a woman,
Yeah,
like,
it's
come
crazy,
on, come on.
man. But Prince Andrew's
That's
been
why I
cooked
say
since the
it's
beginning of this.
or Bill fucking, or yeah, Bill Gates.
Gates.
I need some antibiotics for my wife because I might be giving her syphilis.
It's like, yeah. The thing is, nobody expected Elon. I think that was just like the surprise. Like, whoa, wait, Elon? What you mean, Elon?
Yeah, I mean, and they're gonna run with it because Elon's fucking controversial,
Yep.
and I mean, it's it does the mind really good to reaffirm stereotypes you already have about Elon. But
Yeah.
come on, like a little bit. It took me 25 minutes to go through all of that stuff and be like, can't find can't find anything suggesting that other than that email that he later on said, no, don't want to.
Yeah. So be real. Like I said, all of this just leaves more questions. That's all it did. Like it didn't really give us any answers. Like all the answers that it's given us, we already knew, and now it just opened up more questions. It's like, well,
Yeah, that's all. It's all it's ever going to do because you
and it's
cannot
just gonna
prove.
be more and more and more to come out until we just have everything.
They're
And then
they're
Mhm.
the people that are pushing this now are going to keep pushing until they have enough to say, oh yeah, every one of my political enemies is a pedophile. That's the goal of this. That's why it says a Democrat hoax. It's not a hoax as in it didn't happen. It's a hoax of information.
Mm. Man, shoot, let's see what more comes out in these files. Because, like I said, apparently there's more names to come up. There's way more files to be released. And I mean, bro, 3 million
According
of
to
them is
who?
like, bruh, it's kind of crazy. I'm like, y'all should have just dropped this all. But I could see why. There's like, we didn't even know there was this much to be like released. To the point
Well,
where it's
there,
like
there,
that's why they went over a date. It's like y'all going through millions of pages. We're over here thinking that it's not even that much. Like nobody told us it was 3 million, but apparently it's more than
well,
maybe even
now
it's more than that. Yeah.
the goalposts keep getting moved. I genuinely believe if you didn't have all of the different copies of the same correspondence of the same thing just cited in different spots, it wouldn't be like that. It would literally be about 100 or so thousand original documents. And because it's been litigated so many different times, those same documents are found in discovery in other cases. So they're just copies of each other. And the more you cite it, the more the more documents you create. And so now you have people, oh well, there's 6 million documents actually now. last
Yeah,
last
but
month it was 4 million.
let's be honest. Like compared to what's going on with everybody else, what's going on with Elon? Well, were there any witness testimony? Oh, no, there were some
There
witness
was
testimony saying that Elon did some wild stuff.
I mean, that was discredited
Yeah, that was discredited for
because Elon wasn't even in the
psychiatric
so
problems.
not even psychiatric problems. Elon has an alibi for that.
Yeah,
like
that. Oh,
like
that's even
from
better.
publicly known documents about Elon Musk and what Elon Musk is doing in this time frame. He's nowhere near even in contact with Jeffrey Epstein. So that's a
Oh no,
lie.
we're talking about from the witness statements. Remember,
Oh,
because we
that's what
have
I'm
like a
saying. That's what
lot
I'm
of
saying,
witness
Seth.
statements that come in and are saying that, oh well, he did this, that, and remember, this one wasn't even with Epstein. I think there's one where it was just him and Trump. Like I said, and I don't believe a lot of them. I just think
But
that
look at
you guys
no,
just
no,
need
no.
to
What
just
I'm
go ahead
saying,
and start putting out this
what I
stuff and
am
start disproving
saying,
it on their
that
own.
you
Yeah.
can disprove it with your own intellect. You literally look at when the witness statement came out. Then you look at when the alleged person fucking alleged these things and what year. So she was 13,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be way before 2013. Elon Musk doesn't even pop up into the Epstein files until 2012. So
Mm,
there would be a correspondence between them. If there's that much correspondence to get him to the island, then what would there be to set up an actual date where he did all of these things?
well,
Not
if
to
you're saying
mention
this happened
publicly,
before
not to
that, then
mention, not to
hold on.
mention
If
publicly
you're saying
known
that it
things.
happened before, right? So
So
who's
when
to
she
say
was
that if
13,
Elon did do it, now that these pedophiles know his sexual proclivity, now they're trying to bring him into the fold?
that doesn't even make sense. But
Yeah, it kind of
what's
does. I mean, I know you. I
how
know. I get what. Look, bro. I'm just saying it makes perfect sense. Actually, if you're saying it happened before, let's say that Elon did do the crime, then that means they already know about his sexual proclivity. They're just trying to bring him into the fold. That's why they're trying to get him into the island. Now, this is all in the assumption that Elon actually did commit that crime that young girl was talking about.
you
Now, I
have
know
to.
we don't. Hmm?
That's not how we prosecute things, though. That's not how you look at things. You don't try to prove. You will never, if your goal is to prove somebody innocent, you will never succeed at that goal. You can never prove that something didn't happen. The only way you can prove that something didn't happen is by what I'm describing. Look at where he was in the time of the alleged event. Then look at what any surrounding documents that indicate that. There are none.
Huh? Monty, I'm sorry, but just because there's an absence of him being in the documents or there's a gap in time doesn't mean that he didn't do it.
Not an absence of him or a gap in time. He does not show up until September of 2012, when this woman that's 40 something years old, like let's do some math backwards. What's 13 minus 40? Because I think she was in her mid 40s when she made this allegation. 13 minus 40 is 30 or 27. 27 years ago was 1999. Elon Musk doesn't show up in the files until 2012. There are things, they have the scope of his email going back to 95.
So, like you're saying, it's because that he wasn't in there for a certain amount of time, it means that he didn't do it.
Not to mention, what was Elon Musk? Where was Elon Musk in 2000 and fucking 2009? But between that, he was living in his freaking factory, getting Tesla off the ground, living in his
So you don't
factory.
think he could have did that in that time? Like,
I mean, anything is possible, but if you,
yeah, I know anything is possible.
when you're making daily appearances,
want to wait until this man
when you're
has something to
making
say.
daily appearances, when you're making
Well, I mean,
daily appearances in the United States, how are you also going to another island? How are you doing all of these things that are across the country? Like, he didn't have a private jet until he made it. He didn't make it until about 2009.
Elon was rich before 2009.
He was rich because he sold Zip2 and PayPal.
Yeah.
And he rolled all of that into Tesla. So no, he wasn't rich. He was damn near homeless.
No, he would have enough money on paper to go out there. Look, he just lived way below his means, but he had money. The man could go out there and have fun if he wanted to. He's just a disciplined person. That's why people have so much respect for Elon. But when doesn't mean that he can't be on some wild stuff. Like I said, the absence of him, from a time period doesn't mean that, he didn't do it. But I don't believe that Elon did it, to be quite honest with you. I'm just saying, him having an absence in the Epstein files for a while doesn't mean that, he's just innocent.
And me not having any accountability for the last 26 years of my life doesn't mean that either. But it also doesn't mean that I'm in the Epstein files. I can't prove every minute of every day for the last 28 years that I've been alive.
Yeah, but it's a little different, bro. I mean, if you're out here committing heinous crimes like that, I'm pretty sure you're going to remember.
Of course you're going to remember, but you can't, if you aren't committing heinous crimes, which is the assumption that we're supposed to put upon accused people, because now he's an accused person, whether in a court of law or just in public opinion, he's an accused person. So you better come with proof that he did something before you make an accusation. Saying you can't disprove it is not proof that you did it.
But the fact that somebody out there went out there and said it, like I said, I ain't gonna say you can't give it all the credibility in the world, of course, but you gotta go keep giving it an ear. Like, all right, well, it's been said, and
it's been investigated,
and it's been investigated, and apparently nothing came back. But do we know, honestly, when it comes to Elon? Do we?
I mean, you don't know anything about anybody. I mean, you know what people show you, of course, but there's you like I said, the absence of proof means something didn't happen. Not the absence of proof means it could have happened and we just don't know about it. That's disingenuous to say, we can't account for every minute of his day for the last 30 years when this was all going on. So yeah, I mean, that means he's guilty, or he could be guilty. But you can look at surrounding events and be like, well, he was in Texas this day, announcing X, Y, and Z, and then he was in New York doing this. So at what point did he go to California? Or at what point did he go to the
meet up with this young lady to do which? That's what I'm saying. That's all stuff that we're gonna just need answers to. It's like, and if, hey, bro, if you can provide the answers to me, let me know. Like I said, I got to go ahead and read into it myself. But honestly, I already read into that. It's really nothing to it because you're right. No, you're right. Like when they went to corroborate the story, they did seem like Elon. Well, he wasn't at that spot at that time.
And
But
that
there
is
are
how
other
that's
stories now. But there's still other stories in there that, well, Elon might want to clean up on. That's all I gotta say. Is that we can sit here and try to run defense for Elon, but let's be honest with you. Let's be honest. It's up to this man to low-key come out here and be like, look, I know I was one of the main persons saying I wanted out. Well, great. That's great, but you also need to be the main person providing yourself defense. If that's the case, you just can't sit here and just
he's
tell
only
everybody,
finding
oh, don't
himself on the
investigate
defense
me.
because people are accusing him things that are fucking narrowly expressed in the
But
media.
that's everybody on the Epstein list. Everybody's getting that treatment. So it's baby, just got to be fair about this. Everybody's getting the same amount of scrutiny.
But when we talk about public opinion, no one, I mean, I am, people that actually, care about misinforming people are, but the average person that's going to read this and read this headline, oh, Elon's in the Epstein files. Oh, Elon's a pedophile. I guarantee you, in about 3 weeks, you're going to see, oh, pedo Elon in the chat. And that is harming somebody's name without any evidence. That is slander.
Yeah, but I mean, hey, bro, Trump's been able to go through it. Hey, and here's the thing. I mean, all the accusations against Trump has never addressed directly. And you're right, he got that treatment. So if Elon don't want that treatment, then he might just have to address it directly, or he can choose the Trump route, which I'll go ahead. I ain't tripping about it, but just know that it's gonna come with that. It's gonna come with people calling you pedophile because you didn't want to address it. And
I mean, what what a world we fucking live in if you cannot go and address every single allegation and that makes the allegation true in someone's mind.
I mean, when it's something as heinous as pedophilia, I feel like you might want to put that at the forefront. Like if it's something like, oh
And
well, Trump,
he has
Elon is
addressed them.
money laundering. Money laundering is like, bro, which rich person don't money launder? And I mean, come on now. But we talk about pedophilia, it's almost like it's a difference. It's like, all right, but now we actually need you to like talk about this and tell us something. And he don't got to, but he gotta be ready to face unfair or fair criticism.
I don't see any of it as with what we have. I don't see any of the criticism of a lot of these people, not specifically just Elon. I'm fucking going to bat for Elon and running defense, as you want to call it, because that is one person that I can hone in on that I actually know a thing or two about, that I can easily. So that begs the question: how many other people? I don't have the time to go through 1,000 people and be like, oh yeah, the same story is not lining up with this person either. Maybe Bill Gates, because Bill Gates never directly asked for antibiotics. It was just someone said something about Bill Gates wanting antibiotics to Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep. And like I said, it's like, look, the main problem with this is that they said something and it was proven to be untrue. And that's probably the worst thing you could do when it comes to cases like this. Like that's it. That's same with Lutnick. It's like he said, oh, well, I said I would never go there again. You're texting this man talking about when can we meet for dinner. It's like, what the hell?
Right, but that's not what happened in this case. It's not Elon went to the island, was like, oh my God, this is horrible, kept his mouth shut, and then never showed back up.
No. But Elon did say, I never showed interest in going into the island, and email proved that he did. Now, 3 days ago, he said, never mind, but that's where you got caught up at. Like, we got to admit, maybe he forgot, but Elon, like, he kind of misinformed us when he said, oh, I never had an interest in going to that island.
I mean, that's you're playing semantics if you go down that road.
Not really. That's just the truth. That's what happened. He told us no, and he had proven that it was true. He showed interest.
He showed interest and then recanted it.
But he still showed interest, and he lied about that. Not lied. I'm sorry. Maybe my bad. That's assuming duplicity. I'm saying that he maybe have forgot or he misinformed us. Never know, bro. It was like till years ago. So I'll give you that. Like when you said, can you recant all years of your life and every person you ever text, message, or have a correspondence with? No. So this might have just been an honest mistake on his part. but they did
I mean,
catch him
but
up in an honest mistake. Then
think about it. Think about it this way: have you ever wanted to buy a Corvette? I
yeah,
follow me on this.
yeah,
Follow
of
me
course.
on this because this is human nature. Have you ever wanted to buy a Corvette?
Yeah,
Oh well, damn. Okay. Well, if you ask me if I've ever wanted to buy a Corvette, my answer would be no. However, I can think of times when I've looked at a Corvette and be like, "Oh, that thing's cool. I'd like to have one of those." Doesn't mean I want to buy the Corvette.
yeah, true. But it's not like you came to me and you said, "Hey, yo, said man, I never said I wanted a Corvette in my life." Then one day I catch you on camera going like, "Bro, I would love a Corvette, man. I can't wait to get one." And it's like 2 years ago. I'm like, "Bro, you said you never said that in your life." You hit me with the, "Bro, oh, my bad. I forgot. I was drunk and all that." And I would forgive you. This is
Yeah.
kind of the situation with Elon. It's like he says something crazy. He was tired. He's like, "Bro, I'm ready to party." He's ready to get at it. Sadly, that didn't happen for him. But hey, he did show excitement for going on to that island that, well, he forgot about, or he lied to us. Who knows? But honestly, I think that he just forgot about the conversation. And he's like, "Oh, well, it did happen, but hey, I didn't go to the island."
Yeah. I mean, and we can only speculate as to why he shows this interest. It'd probably be me and my wife. What days would be the best? That is showing interest, absolutely, because everywhere else you can see what not showing interest looks like, and every other example is like, no, I'm busy here, I'm busy here, I'm busy here, and funny thing, just a little mention. The first thing where he says, "Oh, when's the best day to come?" Every single thing after that is him saying, "Nope, don't want to go," consistently. Now, don't not being a fucking dickhead about it because he still is doing business deals, but everything after that is, "Oh, our schedules won't line up." Aside from I believe aside from Jeffrey Epstein coming to SpaceX, and miraculously, Elon Musk is not available that day when he fucking lives there.
But all right, though. Let's go ahead and move on. Me and you had a nice little back and forth about that one. But
I,
shout out to Toe. She says, "Say, can you play the Fox interview where Trump was asked about releasing the Epstein files, and somehow people still think he campaigned on it?" And I got you, Tove. I'll see if I can go ahead and bring it up real quick. And don't forget,
already
Obama was mentioned many times.
already
Really?
in the chat. Can't go doesn't mean don't want to go. Have you never ever been in a conversation where you're trying to let someone down without ruffling feathers? It's
True.
easier to say I can't do something, not I don't want to do something. Like, come on.
That's true. I get that one. But all right, man. Let's get over to our guy Rubio. And low